Sure, I've actually taken
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of live D&D here on my channel, Curse of Strahd. You might notice that we're missing about 4 other people, right?
everyone. Half the group, most of the group.
So first of all, interestingly enough, I got a notification on StreamYard that you can now do 10 people.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if we ever need like someone to play a one-time character, something might be interesting. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. So what's going on is that we have a bit of a scheduling snafu over the next 2 weeks, and instead of not playing D&D at all for basically 3 weeks, I threw out the idea that I could separate JP from the group and do a solo thing with him tonight, because Jason couldn't make it tonight, and then JP can't make it next week. So then the rest of the boys will be back next week without JP, and then hopefully, if he doesn't die,
I'm going to die.
the week after that, hopefully they will be reunited. I mean,
Oh,
also, unless you also, make a choice that would keep you away from the group, which is certainly possible and up to you.
Okay.
The last thing I'll say is that if any of the other players decide they'd like to watch this, they may. Obviously, though, take into account that your characters will not know what happened. So, until you reunite and discuss. So, last we left the gang, they had reached Valaki, and they had retired to the Blue Water Inn, where they got 2 rooms, one a fake room and one their real room, to kind of throw off the scent of anyone who may or may not be watching them. So, sorry, TJ is texting me. Hi, TJ. So we will pick up right there, where you guys are all asleep in your room. But something causes you to wake up in the night. Just a feeling of unease that something is not quite right. And you sit up in bed and look around.
Okay.
And what would you like to do?
Well, I'm sitting up and looking around. Do I see anything out of the ordinary in the room? In the dark?
Yes. What's your passive perception?
14, I believe. Passive perception, 14.
Yeah. So you immediately realize that someone is missing. And without having to look very hard, you realize that it is Irina.
That's not good. Okay, so I'm going to get up and go over to where she was, and I assume Ismark was next to her, right? Previously?
Yes.
So Ismark would be well, actually, before I wake Ismark, we were in a room, trying to remember the layout of the
it's a long room with multiple beds. Some of you are sleeping on the floor because there aren't enough beds. I will also let you know that you probably can tell with that passive perception that the door is open a crack.
Okay. Door's open. Irina is missing. So I'm going to go, before I wake Ismark, I'm going to go to the door and use my perception to kind of peek out through the door into the hallway to see if I see anything.
Okay. So the hallway is just a straight hallway that leads to, there's 2 other rooms on your right, and then the door that goes to the outside staircase that you took to get up. Okay. You don't see anything in this hallway, but it does also overlook the bar area.
So it's open down to the bar.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to like walk over to where I can kind of see down into the bar and hopefully, but not like walk right up to the edge where someone can immediately see me.
Sure. Make a stealth check.
Stealth check. I don't even know what my stealth is. Okay. Oh well, that's not good. 6.
6 is not great. So you go trying to kind of stealthily look over the railing, and when you lean on it, it kind of creaks. But you get a good glance down to the bottom floor, and it is quite late at night, and you do not see anybody down on the first floor.
I don't see anyone down on the first floor. Can I do? Let's see. I don't see anyone in the hallway. No one down on the first floor. I'm just gonna do. Would it be like just a? I don't know what I want to use. I'm gonna do just a perception check of of my surroundings at this point.
Sure.
Okay. All right, that is. What's my bonus on that? Perception. 21.
21, great. With a 21, you hear the faint sound of not quite a conversation, but of voices coming from outside.
Outside by the door.
Outside
the door, or outside by the front door, like coming from toward the front door of the inn.
So the front door of the inn and the staircase you came up are next to each other. So if you
Okay.
you are the wall you are adjacent
That's
to
the same wall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna ease over. Is there a window by that door going to the outside?
There is not.
There is not.
It's just a solid door that leads to the staircase that goes outside.
And from above, I probably can't see anything out the windows in the bar. By the door.
No, you're like directly the balcony is kind of directly over. It overhangs that.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to the door and wait. I have what is that thing called? You can. Oh, I don't want the fly open. Okay, I knew I could open a door, like an unlocked door, with that thaumaturgy, but
Thermatology.
Yeah, but it makes it like fly open, and I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go over to the door, and we're gonna try another stealth check and see if I can like open the door to the outside without getting completely blowing my cover. All right, 16.
16, sure. Yeah, you crack the door open enough to peek out without really necessarily making notice of your presence to anyone.
Right.
And from your vantage point, you can see Arena outside the front of the bar or in front of the inn, staring up at the door, like above the door.
Like staring above me.
So you are to her right. So she is staring towards the front door, but like at an upward angle, kind of like at the roof.
Okay, so she's like down the steps.
She's on the floor, on the ground.
She's on the ground,
but
staring at the front door, not the door I'm coming out of.
Correct.
And I don't see what she's staring. I can't see what she's staring at up above.
Not really from peeking out of the door, no.
Okay. And I can't. Okay. She have her back to me, or is she just kind of like side?
She's her side is to you, so you can see her face.
Okay, and I can't see anybody else.
There's no one else that you can see.
Okay.
But you do see like she's kind of talking.
She is.
You can't really make out what she's saying.
I can't make out what she's saying. What do I have there? Okay. And how far is she from me?
Not especially far. Probably. I don't know, from where you are standing. So the staircase goes down away from her. So you're fairly close, like from a straight shot. But to get to her, you would have to walk down the stairs and around.
Down and around. Okay. I'm not very stealthy. I have to roll pretty well. Like,
I mean, what are you concerned about? Her not seeing you, or are you concerned about something else not seeing you?
something else not seeing me. Like, she's talking. She thinks she sees something because she's talking, and I can't hear her. So I'm going to try to. Do I try to get her attention, or do I just try to like ease down the stairs and get to the ground level before I try to get her attention? And I can't hear her at all. I'm trying to think if I have.
I mean, it kind of sounds like whispers, but you can't like make out words.
Okay, I'm just trying to see if I have anything that would help me. Like, I'm just not a very stealthy character. That's all there is to it.
So, not to influence your decision.
Yeah.
But I will say, not everything is a trap.
Not everything. Okay. So I'm going to, like, because I don't see anybody else, and she's kind of whispering and looking up at the door. Like, when you say she's looking up at the door, is she looking, like, up toward, like, the roof of the building, or is she just looking, like, above the door?
Like towards the roof. There's, like, a...
So potentially the crows that were there earlier.
Yeah,
like,
ravens, but yes.
Ravens. So potentially the ravens, or, and I can't see the roof from my vantage point.
You can't, because the building like kind of, because you're peeking out the door, the building kind of goes like this. So you're looking at it from like this kind of angle.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to like just ease out the door and like and down the staircase because I don't really want to like spook her just yet, but I want to be a little closer when I actually try to talk to her.
Why do you think she's so jumpy?
I don't know. Because she's outside talking to something that she probably shouldn't be. Like, so yeah, I'm going to try to ease down the stairs fairly stealthily. So we'll try and do a stealth thing down the stairs, or does that be something else?
No, yeah, it'll be stealth.
Okay. Oh, natural 20.
Great. Yeah, you slide down the stairs without making a peep, like a bird in flight.
I'm a stealthy giant dragon at this point. All right, now that I'm down the stairs, I'm gonna like slowly approach her and be like, Arena, quietly, just trying to get her attention.
Okay. She hears you and turns her head and says, "Oh, hello, Jinbei.
What are you doing outside?"
She says.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at the roof. I'm talking to her, but I've looked up at the roof.
She says, "I heard the crows. They were talking. Sorry, I heard the ravens. They were talking, I think."
So, are the ravens? Can I see the ravens?
Yeah, there are currently 4 ravens on the roof.
Talking. Were they saying something you could understand, or were they? I'm talking to Arena again.
Yeah. She says, "No, that's why I came out to speak to them. I found it unusual. I enjoy unusual things."
I don't think it's safe for us to be out here, Arena. Like, especially you on your own. You should have woken one of us.
She says, "I'm not scared. Ismark worries too much."
Ismark worries too much. Well, that I can believe. But these definitely do not seem like normal ravens. And potentially we saw earlier, Jordan and I saw a man following us into town communicate with these birds. So these birds may not be on our side.
She says, I saw the man. I saw him nod at the birds in acknowledgement. I did not see him communicate with them.
Okay, I can't argue. I can't remember exactly what happened. So I think
That's what
about
happened.
right.
He looked up at them and nodded and walked away.
Yeah. Well, he was sending I took that to mean he was sending them potentially some sort of message. And you heard them talking, which means these are not probably ordinary ravens. Well, ravens are pretty damn smart. They might be ordinary ravens. Did you think so? You came out here to see if you could hear, and did you hear anything?
She said, no, when I came out, they stopped. That's why I've been talking to them.
And have you gotten any kind of response at all?
She
Or are they
says,
just staring at us?
they have not spoken words, but their eyes tell me something.
And that would go
if
ahead.
You look up at the ravens and you see that they're definitely all staring at you, and there's something in their eyes that is more knowing than a regular bird.
More annoying than a regular bird. And I don't have anything that like allows me to communicate with animals. Let's see. And I don't have. All right, I'm gonna try to talk to the birds. I guess.
Okay, what would you like to say to them?
Let me think about this. Ravens. Are you trying to send us a message? Just gonna ask them.
They, you don't like get really a response, but one of them, the one kind of in front of the rest, kind of like cocks his head like this.
Okay, I'm interpreting raven motions now. So I'm gonna like. Okay, so they're not. Well, the ravens. Arena, I don't have any ability to communicate with animals. Unless you do, I don't know that we're going to be able to get anything out of them, is what I'm going to say to her.
Okay. She says, we all have ability to speak with animals if we try hard enough. We may not speak the same language, but that does not mean we cannot communicate.
Well, are you getting positive or negative feedback from them, or like vibes from them? Do you feel as though they mean us harm, or do you think that these ravens might actually be potential allies or friendly?
She says, I have seen evil. They are not evil.
Well, on the Strahd level of evil, I would agree, but there's also more subtle. So
when you mention his name, she kind of like, her face kind of changes a little bit. And she says, like, for a second, she says, do not speak ill of him. And then her face changes back.
Hey, great. Okay. See, I don't know that. Let's see. I'm not obviously going to take note of that, but I already know that she's at least partially under his spell, that she's trying to resist, but like that's why we're trying to keep them apart, as she probably can't when faced with him. So I'm going to look back at the ravens. And I don't have anything. I'm trying to think if I have anything that might help me here. Hey, no rolling the dice, cat.
He wants to play.
Yeah, well, she wants to like dump them all over the floor. Well, Arena, I think it might be time, like, unless you feel strongly that you can get some kind of message through to these ravens, that it might be time for us to go back inside. That's what I want.
When you say this, the ravens start cawing, and they all take off in flight over your head, back down the path towards the rest of the city. And Arena says, "I think there is trouble. We must follow them." And she takes off running.
Oh, crap. And this would be the part where we talked about beforehand, and yeah, I won't be doing anything because obviously I'm going after Arena. So, Arena, wait!
So you run after her?
Well, I holler, wait, and if she doesn't stop, then yes, I'm going after her.
She looks back and she says, "Come on, Jinbei."
All right, I'm headed after Arena. Shit, I should have woke Ismark before I got up and told somebody where the heck we're going. Okay, so I'm headed after Arena.
All right.
So I'm not looking out of my sight.
Yeah. What's your dark vision?
Not very good.
Is it 0?
No, it's not 0. I think it's just 30.
Okay.
I'm looking here. Dragon traits. I thought it was 30.
I thought Jason's was 0. But maybe that's because of his subclass or subrace.
Let me. I'm not seeing it in here. So
well,
let me look.
I'll tell you this. There are 2 torches on either side of the door, so you could grab one of those if you want.
I'm going to grab a torch because I don't remember, and I'm going to look also though. So since we're at night, and I'm going to run after her.
Okay. So you run after her, and she's like kind of just at the edge of your vision, where the darkness kind of begins to consume her.
Right.
So you can't see where the ravens are going. You're just trusting that she is following them at this point.
Okay, I'm going to. Oh, that doesn't do what I thought it did. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, I don't know where the ravens are going, but I'm still following her, and I have not found Dragbook yet. So I'm just looking for the dark vision thing for sure.
Sure. So you see her take a sharp turn down an alleyway.
And I'm going to, Arena, wait for me. And I keep going after her.
All right. You turn down the alley as well?
Yes.
Okay. So you turn down the alley, and then you see her turn down to her right. So she turned left, and now she's turning right.
Arena, wait! And I'm going to keep following her, make the next turn.
Okay. So you make the next turn, and you don't see her, but there's another alley a little ways off to the left and another alley off to the right.
Oh, so I get to, I'm not seeing anything on dark vision, so maybe it is 0.
I can try to look it up quick too. I found my player's guide. Where did I put it? Well, whatever.
I didn't see it in there. Maybe it is 0. I can't remember. Where's the? I should be here somewhere in my thing. Senses. Dark vision. It doesn't say anything about dark vision, so I'm guessing I don't have any.
Okay.
All right, so I turned down the sec. So I went left. Wait, she went left, and then I seen her going to the right.
Yep.
And then when I made that turn, I couldn't see her anymore. And there's one going off to the left and right.
Yeah. So there's one off to the left, like pretty close, and then off to the right a little further. And then the alley keeps going, but she's clearly not.
She clearly has turned. So I'm going to run up to the first one and look and see if I can see her with the torch.
You don't see her, but there like are more paths that way.
Okay. And then I'm going to run to the second one and look.
Okay. You don't see her there, but you do see the ravens, and they are perched above a man who is has his back to you.
Well, I'm going to speak to. Sure. Have you seen a woman come this way?
And he turns around and you can see from your torchlight that he has blood on one hand. And he says, "A woman, maybe. What's it to you?"
Big Whisker affirming no dark vision.
Yeah.
She's my friend, and I'm following her.
Well, if she was running away from you, maybe you're not close friends as you think you are.
She wasn't running from me, sir. Not that is any of your business. Did you see her or not?
He kind of takes a step forward and he says, I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know who you are. I don't know who she is.
I am going. Let's see. How far is he from me?
Probably about 20 feet.
I'm going to cast Zone of Truth, and because I ain't got time to mess with this guy.
Okay. Zone of
and
Truth.
Say, did you see her or not?
He says, I saw a woman, yeah.
Which way did she go?
I don't know if it was your woman.
If it was just a few moments ago, it was. Which way did she go?
He said, oh no, the woman I saw was a little while before that. And he kind of like flexes his hand and a drip of blood comes off it.
I don't have time for this guy. How far, like, beyond the alley could I see? Like, I could see him, but how far down the alley? Well, I guess I can't see very far because the torch goes.
Probably 20, 30 feet with good light, and then another 10 feet with dim light.
Yeah. So, and he was, you said what, 20 feet from me?
Yeah, about 20 feet.
So I couldn't see much beyond him.
Right. But the ravens are like really in a frenzy. They're kind of like cawing loudly.
Well, I know my friend was following these ravens, and they seem to be coming to you.
He says, well, you lost track of her. Maybe she lost track of them. He takes another step forward.
He's still in the Zone of Truth thing. Did you do something to my friend?
He says, well, if your friend was a pretty blonde girl, then maybe I did. For the record, Arena has auburn hair.
Auburn hair? Then I really don't have time. Shit. I don't really want to turn my back on this guy. But I don't really have time to mess with him if I got to find Arena. Can I see any branches off of this one, or is this just a straight one as far as I can?
Yeah, this looks like it's straight and probably goes back to maybe a main road, but there's no other like alleyway branches.
Okay. All right.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you cast on truth, the person you cast it on knows they've had a
Yeah.
spell, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like if I cast it, like here, I'll give you the description real quick. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius centered on a point of your choice, which I centered it on him.
Yeah.
Spell ends when the creature that enters the spell's area for the first time that turn starts its turn. There must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Okay.
The affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains
Okay, that's
within the boundaries of truth.
Okay. So I can make a charisma saving throw to break out of this, right?
You can make a charisma saving throw to break out of this.
Oh, so great.
Let me double check what that is.
I rolled a 17.
That would be enough. Because it's 14 is where I'm at right now.
Okay.
But while he was in it, he said he had not seen her.
He said he saw what he said was he saw a girl longer than a couple minutes ago, and that he might have had a run-in with a blonde woman.
They might have had a run-in with a blonde woman, neither of which fits Arena. So I'm probably that. But she was following the Ravens are here. I'm wasting time. She's probably down the other alley. But I really don't want to turn my back on this guy at this point. Well, if you haven't seen my friend, then it appears we don't have any business with each other. And I'm going to start to back out, but I'm not taking my eyes off of it.
Okay. He points at you and he says, "That's where you're wrong, friend, because we do have business now. You went and cast your little fancy spell on me, and now you know something you shouldn't know."
Sure, you don't want to mess with me on this. And I'm going to use intimidation on that. I'm going to try to roll intimidation.
Okay.
All right. And what's my intimidation bonus? 19 with the bonus.
Okay. He kind of like smirks and he says, "Those are big words.
And you're a little man."
And you see him kind of clench his fists, and you're going to roll initiative now.
I know. Oh, well, that's great. I think I'm going second because that's a 2.
Okay. He rolled an 11.
Frick.
All right. So he is going to go first, and he is going to charge at you and try to make 2 unarmed strikes. What's your armor class?
18.
Oh, so I got a 14 and a 17. So you managed to kind of just barely dodge out of the way of his fists that are flying at your face.
Okay. Let's see. I don't really want to. What do I want to do with this guy? I really don't have time to mess with this dude. So he's right next to me?
Yeah, within 5 feet.
What are my other actions here? If I don't want to waste a spell or spend a spell. don't really want to take much damage either. I'm just going to cast Guiding Bolt on this guy.
Okay.
For the first. And my 15.
15 will hit.
And that does 4d6. So, well, the first two sucked. That's 3 between them. And 10 total.
Okay. It is his turn, and you notice a bit of extra light kind of shimmer in the alleyway that you didn't notice before. And you look up and see the clouds parting, which behind them, the moon is now visible. And you see that it is a full moon. And you look back down at the man, and his eyes grow green, and his face begins to kind of grow snoutish.
Lovely. I am going to die.
And you look down, and his fingers have grown longer, and they've sprouted claws.
Okay.
But the good news is that's his turn.
That's his turn. I'm going to cast, realizing what I'm against, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt again.
Okay.
The same 15.
Okay.
But this time I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, which allows me to, I'm using it as a second level spell, and I'm using my Channel Divinity, which allows me to maximize damage. So, which means I automatically do the full 5d6.
5d6?
On second level.
So that's
5d6.
30?
So that's 30.
Okay. You kind of Hadouken him with your Guiding Bolt, and it kind of knocks him back a step, and he shakes it off, and he looks pretty unhappy about that one. But he is going to lunge right back at you and swipe at you with his claws, and then try to bite you. So first, the claw attack is going to be a miss. That's going to be a 12. And the bite is going to be a 6. Woof.
Okay.
Not rolling well.
No, thankfully. I don't really want to use another one. I've done 40 damage, and he doesn't look any worse for wear.
I mean, he looks unhappy, but he's still standing fine. Like his fur and stuff's a little singed.
Fur's a little singed. What does that do? All right, this time I'm just going to. Boy, I don't want to use up all my spells on this dude. I haven't even found Arena yet. What else do I have that does get damage? All right. One more time. We'll go back to first level here, so I don't use up all my dang spells. Try them again. 17.
That'll hit.
And so 46 again. 6 and that does go back. And 6 and 8, 14.
14. Okay. He is once again gonna swipe at you with his claws. That is a 10. That's not gonna hit. And then he's gonna try to bite you. and that is a 14. Woof! This guy's really whiffing it.
Okay. And how bad does he look now, if at all?
He looks like worse for wear, but not slowed or bleeding yet.
Gosh, dang it. All right. See what that does. Proficiency allows you to roll. All right. Why does it give me two different things there for my damage on that? I'm gonna hit him with my warhammer this time.
Okay.
Or try to. But it says it's got 1d8 plus 2, but then in parentheses it's got 1d10 plus 2, and I don't know what.
It's if you're wielding it one-handed or two-handed.
Oh. Well. Okay. So. It doesn't matter. That's a 1.
Oh, great! A 1.
Yeah.
So you.
Well, technically it's a 5 because of my plus 4. But
well, no, a 1 is always a critical miss.
A 1 is a 1.
So you swing, and just because you haven't swung your warhammer in a bit, you're kind of taken aback by its weight, and it knocks you off balance. So he's going to have advantage on his next attack.
Great.
So with the claw, he is going to roll a 3 and then a 13. It's not going to do it. But with his bite, that is also, I don't think, going to do it. 16?
Nope.
Damn.
Well, because I have armor and shield is why I have 18. But yeah. Werewolf is not undead, so it doesn't thing. All right, I don't really. So we're gonna try I want to try the warhammer again.
Okay.
See if we can't do a little better than a 1. Not much. Well, because that's not gonna be enough to hit. That's only gonna be 11.
11 is not going to quite hit.
Okay.
But you managed to swing it deftly this time and not
I don't
look a fool with it.
Myself. Gotcha.
Okay, so the claw missed, but this time the bite is going to be a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And it's going to do 8 damage, piercing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. And my bonus on Constitution is 15.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay. Can I do a reaction to that or not?
Oh, what type of reaction?
I have reaction as Wrath of Storm. When a creature within 5 feet of you hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to cause the creature to make a dex saving throw.
Sure. Yep.
It takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage, half damage on success.
I rolled a 13.
It needed 14, so it's going to take the full 2d8.
Okay.
Which is 7.
All right, your turn.
I'm going to try the Warhammer again. I haven't been very successful with it, but 19! Woohoo!
19 will hit.
And that does. Oh wait, how much damage did I take? I didn't mark that yet. Sorry.
You took 8.
Yeah. Okay. And the Warhammer does 1d8 plus 2. 9. Nice.
Okay, so you slam into his chest with the warhammer, and it you see him kind of like take a step back from the force, but he does not seem to be damaged by it.
So bludgeoning damage doesn't do anything to him. So I've been wasting turns.
Well, if you rolled better 2 turns ago, you would have found that out a little earlier.
I know.
He's going to his
Great.
claw,
Okay.
the 10. Man, I got to get a different D20. He whiffs again.
He whiffs again. I'm getting very lucky here because this guy is apparently not. Okay, so Warhammer didn't work. I do not want to use up all my spells. Let's try Sacred Flame. On that one, he does a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Or he takes.
With that, I roll a 19, of course.
Yeah, you save that. Never mind. Make sure that doesn't. And that does not do half damage.
Yeah, that's just a miss, right?
Yeah, that's just a miss.
Okay. Claws. Oh, nat 1. Great.
Does he fall down?
So yes, I will give him some sort of a disadvantage to that. So he swipes his claws and whiffs you, but then gets an 18, which is your armor class, right? So that's going to hit with his bite.
Yeah, my class is 18.
Yep. So a tie is a hit.
Yeah.
All right. He's going to do 8 damage again, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw once again.
Okay. Jesus, I've done so much damage to this guy. Constitution +3, 17.
Okay. So yeah, when he bit you, he kind of like, because of the way he swiped and missed, he was able to lunge his teeth into you, but it did knock him a little off balance. So you can have advantage.
I have advantage. Okay. Well, stupid Sacred Flame doesn't do anything. Bludgeoning attack does nothing. I am. I guess I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be in so much trouble here. Let's do Guiding Bolt one more time.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble here in just a minute. Oh, I had advantage, which is good because that's. So with 20 something with the 22 with my
20 something will definitely hit.
Yeah. And then 4d6. 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6 is
11.
11.
All right. He's going to try his multi-attack one more time.
Is he like hurt at all?
Yeah, so he's like noticeably tattered at this point. He's
God damn it.
But he is still coming after you. So the claws are going to hit, and the bite is going to miss.
Okay.
So the claw does 8 damage again.
Good grief. All right.
Slashing damage.
And I'm going to do my reaction again. I didn't do it the second time he hit me, but I'm going to do it again this time. And he has to make a dex saving throw.
16.
That will save, but so he'll do half damage on the 2d8. And so half a 7. So however that works.
Okay. It is your turn.
It is my turn. Frick me. I'm running out of stuff on this guy. Not to mention I am seriously gonna need some healing.
What are you at right now with your hit points?
15.
Okay.
Well, the only thing that's doing any damage to him, I guess, is we're going to try another Guiding Bolt. Yeah, son of a bitch. Uh, 21.
21 will hit.
And 46 again. 6. And 7, 13.
Okay. You smash him with this guiding bolt, and he like doubles over, and you see him spit up blood, but then he does raise his head. He's not quite knocked out.
I'm so dead.
He's going to miss with his claws, but he is going to hit with a bite this time. So that is 10 damage.
Oh fuck! And I'm gonna use my reaction again because I don't really have a choice.
Make a Constitution saving throw first.
Oh yeah, I gotta make Constitution. 16.
Okay.
I'm looking at that. And reaction is he has to make the dex saving throw.
Yep. I got a 14.
That's the number.
Okay.
So does that say I don't?
Yeah. The basically the way I played, I don't know if this is official, but whenever there's like a number to roll against, whoever's rolling, if it ties, they succeed.
They get it. Okay.
So basically, if you're attacking against armor class 11,
a half of 11.
Okay. So this pushes him back, and he falls down to his knees. But he stands up like he's going to attack one more time, and you hear from behind him a voice shout, "Leave him alone!" And you see Irina coming running down the alleyway, and she's just like in her nightgown, so she doesn't have any weapons or anything.
Oh, okay.
But you see her reach her hand up to her mouth, and it looks like she bites her hand. And you see from the glimmer of the torchlight, blood dripping down her hand. And she extends her hand out, and the blood forms into a knife.
Okay.
And she goes to attack him.
So wait, she's attacking him or he's attacking her?
She's attacking him from behind.
Okay.
Okay. So she hits. And I designed this myself. So I don't know if this is going to work in the future, but I thought it was a cool idea. So this is not just for the record for people watching who might have played this campaign before. This is not something that is in the book.
Nice.
Okay. So it's something that I came up with. Let me see how I get back to this. Okay. So basically this ability has +8 to hit. On a hit, it does 4d6 damage and restores half health. But if she misses it, she takes damage because she just bit herself. So let's see. 6, 7, 8, 14. So she comes running up behind this thing with this glimmering blood dagger and just jams it into his neck and pulls it out, and a spurt of blood follows it out, and he falls dead.
Well, she's more effective than I am. So, at this point, given where I'm at, I'm probably going to go down to a knee.
Yeah.
And say, thank you, Irina.
She rushes up to you and she says, "Are you all right?"
Go ahead. Sorry, you were still talking.
Says, "Where did you go? I thought you were right behind me."
No, unfortunately, I can't see very well in the dark, Irina, and you got ahead of me and I lost you. Please, if you're gonna run off, stay closer so that I can keep up.
She says, "Don't tell me what to do." And then she casts lay on hands on you.
Okay. So you roll or I roll?
I'm gonna roll for that. Let me see what I do for that.
I think that might be one of the ones that I can pick, but I don't have at the moment, so I might be able to find the description.
It's actually a class ability.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So she restores 25 hit points for you.
Oh, well, that's good. That's very helpful.
And just for the record, you got real lucky with those Constitution saving throws.
I know. Like I don't know what the result is, but I know that like that was the best rolling I did. Was
Yeah.
the competition.
It would have been bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so she casts that on you to restore your hit points, and
Okay.
she says, "Well, that was a pickle."
Yeah, wasn't expecting to find a werewolf in the alley. Did you did you manage? Did you lose the ravens, or did you manage to follow them where they were going?
Well, the ravens were above you, so she just kind of like you don't know where she went, but
Well,
she
that's what I'm asking, trying to ask her at the moment. I guess is like, well, by asking her if she'd lost the ravens or what happened to her is what I'm trying to ask. Sorry.
she says, "I thought I was following them."
Did you see anybody else while you were trying to find me? I guess just now.
She said, "A man looked like a fisherman. Maybe he had a sack with him and a fishing pole, headed north."
Headed north. Okay.
And,
So are the ravens still
and
here?
when she says this, the ravens start cawing again and fly in that direction.
Oh gosh. And what does she do when they do that?
She says, "Do you want to go on an adventure?"
Well, given that I'm like I'm healed, but I don't have any like any good spell abilities. Like Arena, I really need to like potentially rest. If we get into another situation, I'm going to be hard pressed to help you much.
At this point, the sun is starting to come up.
Oh. Don't you think? So this is this our choice of whether or not we stay with the group or we go off on our own. I want to go on an adventure. Part of me really wants to, but part of me is like, if I meet anything else, I'm toast. Like, and so is Arena. So the Ravens are taking off after this in the direction of the guy. How far away was he when you saw him? Is what I'm going to ask her.
She says, "He was headed looked like the main road north towards the gate. He looked like he was leaving the town."
Oh, I
And
definitely can't leave town without.
there is that there is a lake just north of town.
So you say he looks like a fisherman. We know there's a lake just north of town. It's. I think we should regroup with the others, Arena.
She says,
it's morning, and potentially we could go find this guy. Like, if I hadn't used up literally all but one spell slot, I would keep going.
So as you're saying this to her, you see one of the ravens kind of swoop down and land on the ground next to you, and he looks up at you, and you swear you hear the word danger. And then it flies off again.
Arena, I think we need to go back to the hotel and get the others.
Okay.
Is she not going to respond? Okay. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that Raven just told me, don't do this because I will die or we will die.
Or is he saying that there is danger?
Either way, like we need to get out of there.
There's a situation that needs help.
So, okay. So the Raven swooped down beside. So we were talking about the guy. I said he was going. We know there's a lake. I mentioned potentially going back and regrouping with the others, and it says danger. What's it referring to? Is she responded to any of like? She's not responding to my statement of thinking we should probably regroup with the others.
I mean, she like kind of looks
disappointed,
but like she hasn't said anything.
Again, if I hadn't used up everything on that stupid werewolf, that was so dumb. Unfortunately, Arena, I've used up almost all my magic. I don't think that we can risk venturing out without me, like, either the other, at least some of the others, or without me, like, resting for a bit. How long does it take to take a short rest?
I think it's like an hour, half an hour, something like
that. She's not going to respond.
She says, I've left the choice up to you.
Left the choice up to me. Why do you think it's important we follow this guy?
She says, the ravens, they know something we do not know.
Yes, but the one just said danger. The question is it telling us danger if we go on or danger if we go back? I'm going to ask her if she heard what I heard from the raven.
She says, yes, of course, he spoke. I told you they speak.
And he told us danger, which to me means we should... My charm. I think we go back.
Okay. So you start walking back towards the inn.
Okay.
And by the time you get back, the sun is up and you go back to your room and nobody is there. And so that's where we'll end it.
Woohoo!
So you didn't die.
I didn't die. I almost died. That little help, I was probably toast.
I wasn't going to let you die. I was just trying to...
I don't know. If I'd have missed some of those constitution, you might not have had an option. So.
Oh, that would not have killed you.
It
would have been much more interesting than that. So that's all we got for this week. Come back next week to see what the other guys are up to while they are off looking for Jimbei in Arena, I guess.
Yeah.
But then in 2 weeks, we will be reunited and it'll feel so good.
Well, maybe. We'll see where they get.
Unless they all die.
Well, and depending on where they end up, yeah.
That's the Jimbei and Arena show.
Yeah. I am at least going on. They don't have, well, they have one sort of healer. So.
Yeah, they got Big Will.
They got a ranger who can heal, but that's not his primary function. So,
right. Well, hopefully they can.
I really wanted to follow the fisherman, but if I hadn't used up literally every damn spell slot, well, literally all but one. That's it. No. Dang it.
Well, knowing that no one is there, do you want to go follow him?
Sort of, but I think that means I'm gonna die. And I kind of don't want to have to re-roll a character.
All right.
If he dies, he dies. That should be. No, I'll stick with my choice, I guess.
All right. So you decide, I guess, to collapse on the bed for a bit to get a bit of rest since you're paid up. and see where before you go venture back out.
Okay, so that'll be a short rest.
Yes, I assume, because you're not going to want to sleep the day away.
No.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and come back next week for more D&D action. All right.
Thank you, buddy.
Never turn your back on a vampire, right?